Hey everybody, hope you guys are healthy and safe. So I have two new tablets from Poco today. New tablets. So we have the Poco Pad X1 and the Poco Pad M1. I will talk about the M1 a little bit later, but let's focus on the higher tier device first. So you have an 11.2 inch LCD panel, refresh rate up to 144 Hz, resolution of 3.2K, gets over 2000 nits of max brightness. You see the bezels are symmetrical and thin, thinner than the bezels in the most recent iPad Air. So it's a really good looking panel. I mean, you can nitpick that it's not an OLED panel. It doesn't have the anti-reflective coating, but you really can't expect that at this more affordable price point. This is not a flagship price tablet. The construction is very premium, aluminum unibody. I like this yellow ring that wraps around the camera module. It doesn't do anything. It's just a decoration that adds a little bit of flair. The device measures 6.1 millimeters thick and weighs 500 grams. Hey, what's 500 grams to pounds for Americans out there? 1.1 pounds, so 1.1 pounds for Americans. As you can see, I was able to access Gemini and Google Assistant directly from the device because this is a global version of a Poco Xiaomi tablet. So it has all the Google AI stuff, including Gemini built in. You have quad speakers, symmetrical, 2 on each side, that pump out Dolby Atmos audio. And then you have 3 little magnetic Poco pins here that supports a keyboard. And this is a keyboard that clearly, the design, it's basically patterned after Apple's Magic Keyboard. You just snap it on via the magnetic Poco pin and actually props up the tablet a little bit. Like it lifts it up about an inch off the tabletop surface or your lap. The keyboard's excellent. The trackpad's responsive, it's clicky, it's tactile, and the keys have a lot of travel. So it's a very beautiful and premiumly constructed piece of hardware. However, it is not really new because this is really just a rebranding of the Xiaomi Pad 7 that I reviewed 7 months ago. The hardware is exactly the same. From the Qualcomm chip, you have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chip in there. It's a 4 nanometer chip. To the display, to the resolution, to the dimensions like the size and the weight and everything, to even the keyboard. I don't have the Xiaomi Pad 7 with me right now, but I'm pretty sure like that tablet will support this keyboard perfectly fine. So this is almost like a relaunch of an existing product, but it's not really a bad thing because Poco's products are known for their high value proposition. Like even compared to Xiaomi, the stuff is more affordable. So we're pretty sure this guy's going to be very attractively priced. Now, unfortunately, like it's the case with every Chinese brand, they won't tell me the price. So I don't know how much this costs, but if I have to make a guess, a very educated guess, I would guess this would be under $300, probably under 250 US dollars. And for that, you're getting a lot of performance for your dollar because I like the Xiaomi Pad 7 a lot. I gave it a really good review. So you're getting the exact same product now, just under a different branding at an even lower price. Now, if you're wondering about the other Poco tablet, the Poco M1, this guy is technically newer, but it is also a rebranding of the Redmi tablet that launched recently. But the M1 is going to be even more affordable than the X1 because it's the components are a little bit lower tier. You do have a larger screen though, a 12.1 inch display, but only 120 Hz refresh rate, not 144. But you have a gigantic 12,000 mAh battery inside, and it's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon, let me check, Qualcomm Snapdragon 7S Gen 4. Now, Qualcomm's naming scheme is so damn confusing. Like 7S Gen 4, 7 plus Gen 3. So if you hear Gen 4, you would think this is a newer chip, but no, technically this chip, it's more capable than this chip because the 7 Plus series is higher tier than the 7S series. Like, I just really wish Qualcomm would streamline their silicon. Like, it's beyond confusing to have 7 Plus, 7S, and then a standard 7, and then an 8, and then an 8 for Galaxy. It's just like way too many different branches. It's way too confusing. But I guess it is also confusing that this is the Poco M1, that's exactly the same as a Redmi tablet, and this is the Poco X1, that's exactly the same as a Xiaomi Pad 7. But software-wise, both of these are exactly the same. So I will talk about that pretty soon. I want to take a minute to first talk about today's video sponsor, V-Aim. So this is the V-Aim Rec Dot, a set of AI-powered wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation that is your all-in-one business meeting companion. So if you're like me, if you always have to attend video calls, this guy's going to help a lot because it records audio and then it can use AI to transcribe or translate it. So there are 2 ways to record. You can hit the red button right here to record using the case, Or you can take out the earbud, wear it, start recording with the touch sensitive stem, and then you can begin recording. So these earbuds can record either your immediate surroundings, meaning if I'm in a live in-person meeting, or I can record whatever is playing through the earbuds, whether it is a podcast or a video call from Zoom. Once you record the audio, V-Aim's AI will transcribe the text intelligently, including identifying different speakers or summarizing the long recording or translate it to another language. If you're wearing the earbuds while you're watching a video on your phone, you can even have live transcription in real time as the video is playing, and you can translate that to another language too. Of course, as wireless earbuds, they have to sound good too, and the 11mm drivers in there do a pretty good job. I've been wearing these to listen to podcasts while on the plane, and the active noise cancellation does a pretty decent job of silencing the air engine sound near me. So if you want a set of wireless earbuds that does more than play music, that can be your companion for business meetings, the V-Aim Rec Dot is worth a look. If you're interested, I have a link in the description below. So I'm using the Poco Pad X1 as my work machine for the past 7 days now. Obviously, writing Word documents in here is absolutely no issue because this keyboard is tremendous. I absolutely love this keyboard. But even for gaming, the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chip here is more than powerful enough to handle most games at the highest graphics setting. And then even for editing videos, you can see here I have a bunch of 4K 30 clip on LumaFusion. I'm able to scrub through the timeline seamlessly without any lag. And then ultimately, when I export the video, it's not the fastest rendering times, but I can still render a 6-minute video in about 3.5 minutes, which is not bad. Like, so if you're a beginning content creator and you can't really, afford an iPad or a premium Xiaomi tablet, this guy is worth a look because it can get you started on making videos. You can just do about any other type of work stuff on it, like video calls, it's gonna be no issue. Word documents, video calls, emails, basic photo editing on Adobe Lightroom or graphic design on Canvas is gonna be absolutely no issue. CapCut on here runs pretty good too. And of course, there's also a stylus that attaches to the top of the tablet magnetically. The stylus is very good, as you can see here. It supports over 2,000 points of pressure. I don't really see any latency as I'm moving the stylus tip across the screen. So the Poco Pad X1 is really good, but you already knew that because I said the Xiaomi Pad 7 was very good. Now, the more affordable M1, again, I don't know the official price, but if I have to guess, this guy should be like around $200 US or maybe even a little bit less. So it does not support that awesome keyboard of the X1. Instead, it has a more kind of generic folio style keyboard that you snap on. It only props up the tablet like this in one angle. And also there is no Poco pin, so you have to connect the keyboard via Bluetooth. And that means the keyboard, it's a separate keyboard with a USB-C port and a power switch. So it's a little bit slightly more of a hassle because you have to remember to keep the keyboard charged and you have to turn it on and off every time you want to use it or finish using it. Whereas this guy, the keyboard's completely powered by a tablet. You just snap it on and it'll be easy to go. But battery life of the M1 is of course very good because it has a much bigger battery, 12,000 milliamp hour here compared to 8,850. For this guy, I have not used it continuously for 8 hours, but every time I go to a coffee shop, it will be about 2 to 3 hours of continuous use. And I can see that it drains about 25% battery. The M1 can go like at least 4 or 5 hours on top of that because I use 2 hours on this guy and it only drains about like 15 to 20% battery. So that means this guy can go well over 10 hours of continuous use. And this is heavy productivity use. Like I have multiple Chrome tabs open. I'm constantly juggling between typing words and also going on social media, Instagram, streaming music in the background, all of that. So relatively heavy use, and the chipset here more than handles the job. But I think if you can afford to pay a little bit more, the Poco Pad X1, it's probably the one you want to go for because you have a slightly better chip and the keyboard. It's awesome, man. Like even though this is not an original design, everyone that sees this from the back, they're going to think you're using an iPad, but this keyboard is tremendous. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I have more content coming, including the 2 new Poco smartphones. So stay tuned to my channel. If you're interested in keeping up to date with the latest in consumer tech, please subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.